Hello! Welcome to the stream, everyone. For once, I am on time. I'm actually not on time. It was supposed to start at 4:15 and it's only 4:20. Well, I mean, it's already 4:20, but it's only 4:20 because I'm usually like at least half an hour late. Anyways, I see a lot of new faces in the chat. I am assuming that's because of the 4 Isles and like my channel actually having content to watch again. So welcome. Someone says, how's everyone's day? I'm doing pretty good. I was just doing voice lines before this, so my vocal cords are a little bit fried, but for the most part, we are vibing and we are thriving. I'm excited. The first episode was a blast. This is going to be a WQnA. Facts, hi Wiz, hello. Hopefully this is a WQnA. That'll really depend on the questions you guys ask, because I am ready to babble about the 4 Isles. I'm about to give you guys everything you would ever want to know, except spoilers. This will be spoiler free. But, yeah, definitely do feel free to ask in-depth questions. Woo, I missed you. Glad to see you back. Wow, Jets, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been 2 years. But to begin with, I guess I will say, what did you guys think of the episode? I am curious as to see how you guys would review it. It was originally supposed to be twice as long because the first episode was like 50 pages around in script. So 50 pages in script, but I had to cut it down because I wanted to get something out before the summer ended. That means the second part is gonna come even sooner than the first part. It's not going to take 2 months. I mean, it's not going to take 2 years, but it will take 2 months. It'll take at least 2 months end of this year. So look forward to 4 Isles episode 2 in either November or December. It was a blast. It is pretty good. I liked it. It was really nice. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. The voice acting was very good. Yes, the voice acting was incredible because I know all the voice actors. I had individually conscripted them instead of starting a casting call. And of course, some of them were from the Influencer Island cast, so there's that. What even is that number? How many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 zeros. That's 100 billion? No, 100 million. Yeah, that's 100 million, I believe. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna watch it later again. Please do. It's so... I would appreciate it. In the meantime, I do want to note that this little thing right here, I am squiggling it around. So it's the chat box, and you will notice that it's very ugly. And that is not because I want it to be ugly. Like, I want the stream to be aesthetic, I want it to be pretty, but the chat box formatter that I usually use decided to break today, and I do not have the energy to fix it, so we're just gonna have to deal with it, right? At least it's legible, at least you guys can actually see it. I can't wait for the Music Freak spin-off episode 2 also. Yeah, me neither. You know, I am so hyped for you guys to hear the other Dominic voice lines that I did. Personally, I think he shines a little bit more in part 2. That is all I will say. I haven't seen it yet. No way. You gotta go check that out right now. It's fine. At least the PNG is cute. Yeah, it is. It's drawn by Deity, by the way, on Instagram. Go check their art out because they are incredible. Alright, since we're all hyped up, let's get into the Q&A. So I had released a little announcement on my Discord server to begin with, a few days ago. Yes, I do have a Discord server. You can find the link to that in, let's see. Where can you find the link to that? You can find the link to that right now because I'm going to send a link to you in chat. If you're not already in it and you want to interact with me and the other members of the team, then I definitely do suggest checking it out. Let me pull this up and open the chat, and here you go. Join the Discord server right here, and we can vibe. We were playing Roblox on it yesterday, or not yesterday, a few days ago. Dress to Impress, if you know that game. I love Millie, the Music Freaks. I really like your bloopers and AMR. Thank you. I try my darndest for Zaro. One of his lines, actually, in the background, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it was when they walk into the giant auditorium place. He goes, whoa, this place is bigger than my student don't. Wait, I messed it up. Whoa, this place is bigger than my student debt. Or something like that. I can't remember the exact line, but you get the gist of it. He's a silly guy. Okay, let's get into the Q&A. Let me pull it up. Alright, right here. Okay. So the first question is, how long did 4 Isles take you to make? And I was rather transparent with this in the actual video. It took me 2 years to make, or at least the first episode did. So what 4 Isles is it's a reboot of my original series, Influencer Island, which came out around 2022. And in the summer of 2020, no, that's a lie. Influencer Island came out around 2020. And then in the summer of 2022, after I had released 2 episodes of Influencer Island, I realized that the plot sucked, and that it was going nowhere, and that it was very, very, very uninspired, if you'll permit that word. So I decided to rewrite the entire series with the same characters, but some different plot points. And basically that's what 4 Isles is. I finished all the scripts at this point. There are going to be 3 more episodes of this series, each one around 20 minutes to 30 minutes. The first episode is the shortest, just because I'm the only one editing at the moment, or I was the only one editing that episode. And I really could not handle, because I'm in college, if you guys didn't know. I'm a pre-med major, so it's a little bit of a struggle. But now I have a team, and my team is awesome. So look forward to the next episodes. I've been rambling, I've been yapping. As if you don't know me, I'm a certified yapper, so a lot of times I'll just start talking and forget where I'm going with stuff. Let me take a look at the chat. Bigger than his student loans, he's a bit silly. Siege mentioned the line in her community post. Siege mentioned that line? I didn't know that! Thank you for letting me know. You're a true Siege fan. I could never. You got an ad? Ugh. That's gross. I'm gonna turn off the ads, actually. Give me a second. Monetization. Off. Alright, there should be no more ads. And if there are more ads, tell me and I will beat someone up for you. Can you sing more 𝗙𝗲𝗁/𝗙𝗲𝗃 if you can? I mean, I can. But, like, are people gonna watch it? I don't know. I feel like it's a little old. I wanted to do a Out for Love cover at some point, but of course it's not. Yeah, it's not in season anymore. If you stick around till the end of this stream and we have time, then I will do a live Out for Love cover just for you. Just for you, Loon. So be sure to stick around. Oh my gosh, Elysian, is that you? I want to make you a moderator. How do I do that? Okay, I just made you a moderator. Anyways, my gosh, the 4 Isles is my favorite gacha series. Wow, that's awesome. Ooh, this is a good question. I'm gonna answer this before going back to the Discord questions, but why is it named the 4 Isles? There are 4 islands. Period. I'm just kidding. But it's named the 4 Isles because there are, in fact, 4 islands on the kingdom that they live in. The 4 islands are, number 1, Vulcan, which is the island that episode 1 centered around. It's the industrial island where, all of the slums are, and, it's basically like a giant factory town. There's Magnolia, which is the farming island, and where you raise cattle and animals and those kinds of things. There's Tynic, which is the industry, or not industry, media center of the 4 Isles. So basically, it's like where all the celebrities and the business people live. And finally, there's, what is it called? Splendra. Yes, there's Splendra, which is the, island where the nobles live. So if you want to learn more about that, there is a lore document linked in the description of the 4 Isles episode 1. And, I typed out a whole bunch of lore points. If you have any specific questions right now, I will answer them, but definitely do check out the lore document on your own time. I watched the first one. I don't know if my brain can process. I'm so sorry. I know, I'm a huge yapper. I'm a huge rambler, and sometimes what comes out of my mouth does not make sense. So if you need clarification, just let me know, because this is what I do. It is my passion. Alright, the next question in the Discord server is, how did you start your journey of being a YouTuber / GachaTuber? This is not about the 4 Isles, but I will still answer it anyways. If you guys know the game Growtopia, it's by Ubisoft. It used to be by an independent developer, but Ubisoft bought it in, I think 2017. But, I used to make Growtopia videos where I made short skits. And they were really bad short skits, but that is what caused my love for storytelling. And I just stuck with that. Once I found Gacha, I was like, hey, this is a lot more customizable than freaking a 2D platform scroller game. I might as well use that. I also used to make Minecraft videos. I didn't edit them. I would literally just screen record them and post them to YouTube. I was like, oh my gosh, please, please let this blow up. Let me go overnight sensation viral, please. And it never happened. I wonder why. DMR... Ooh, I said that wrong. DMVRVA asked, what was your favorite Gacha series to make? My favorite Gacha series to make was probably... well, I've only made 3 Gacha series so far. There's Charity, which is my oldest series of Influencer Island, which is the original series, and then 4 Isles, which is the new series. And I think of all of them, Charity might be my favorite, because it was my breakout in the Gacha community, where I met a whole bunch of friends, I fostered a whole community of like-minded individuals, and I'm friends with a lot of my team members to this day. And even if we don't work together anymore, we still vibe. We, like, play Roblox and Minecraft and Phasmo and stuff, but that was just peak pandemic global era. I see a lot of people typing in the chat, so let me take a break for a second. Can you say an Aventurine line, specifically his ultimate line? I don't remember what the line is, but let me take a look. Aventurine, is it like, go big or, no. Or I could take it all! That was his line, right? Something like that. Aventurine, ultimate line. I'm sorry, I haven't played Star Rail since I got Firefly. I grinded for Firefly and Ron May, and then I just quit. I just dipped. Okay. What is this line? Or maybe, I'll take it all! Is that his line? I don't remember. Aventurine ultimate line. Come on, it would be real nice if you loaded right now. You're gonna embarrass me in front of the chat! Please, just load. I'm gonna cry. Actually, can someone in chat please tell me what Aventurine's line is? I can't figure it out. Actually, you know what? I'll just do his iconic catchphrase, friend. That's his... that's what you're getting. My favorite Gacha creator. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the support. Do you have more stories in mind for the future? Like, having 50 in my brain rent-free. I do have more stories in mind, but you're never gonna see them. I think that 4 Isles is likely going to be my last series because, again, I'm a college student. I don't know how much longer I can do this for. I'll be going to medical school, and they'll be like, so, tell us about yourself. And I'll say, oh, well, that would be my pleasure. I make gacha videos. I go on a dress-up game, and I make cute little stories to tell to the internet. And they'll be like, wow, you're so cool and epic. How about we just let you graduate right now, and we're gonna make you the medical board director. And I'll be like, yes, sir. But I wish, if I ever do make more stories, they'll be in the format of writing, so books and stuff. But probably no more series after 4 Isles, unfortunately. Rody from Discord, only 17 watching. It is not 17 anymore, it is 15! Hi, Barry. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all! I don't know, was that good? I don't know. Okay. How long was it to make the first episode / pilot? It was 2 years. I've mentioned that quite a few times at this point. I feel like it's just rubbing salt into the wound. Yes, guys, I took 2 years to make a 10-minute video. I'm sorry, I'm ashamed, but it is what it is. Oh, yes, that was good. Thank you very much. One day I will be voicing in Honkai Star Rail for real, and you will ask me, can you do an impression of your own character? And I will be like, yes, I can do that. I can do that very well. Does Andrew have any siblings? No, he doesn't. He's an orphan. Or if he does, he doesn't know. Years? I'm so proud. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alright, back to Discord questions. Who's the team's favorite child / character? Oh, I've got some answers for you. I had actually forwarded this question to my team. Let's take a look-see. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say that the team's favorite is Andrew. Like, undoubtedly Andrew. He is the boy. He is the boy. The pure man, little gremlin whose fists go pow pow. Yeah. Trauma man. But aside from Andrew, some characters that my team likes are Griffin. Okay, Griffin. Because you'll see, his character story is going to be coming out soon. If you don't know what character stories are for this series, they're basically like fan fictions that are canon. So fan fictions that go into the backstory behind certain characters. And Griffin's apparently struck a chord with my team. So be on the lookout for that. He has his own set of trauma. If you didn't notice, he's missing an eye. I wonder how that happens. Let's see. The other person was Evan. And that's just because he's so flashy. Some of his later outfits in the series, and yes, the characters have multiple outfits in the series, but some of Evan Devon's later outfits in the series are so flashy and very cool. And I guess he's just the it boy. And another character that people like is Eleanor. She's like this motherly queen sort of figure, so I guess it does check out. Orphan, point and laugh. Man, don't do that to the man. Don't do that to the boy. I love your voice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Well, Griffin has a scar in his eye. Yes. How many people worked on the pilot? Actually, let me pull up the credits document right now. 4 Isles team members. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 people worked on the first episode. But I think there were only 3 editors that worked on it. Me, 𝗙𝗎₀, and 𝗙𝗂𝗍𝗂. Most of the people who contributed were actually voice actors and a few artists, so... Griffin was so mean to Andrew. I know, right? And he's 30. Griffin is 30 years old. Why is he beefing with a teenager? Like, man up. Man up and move on. You cannot seriously be this pressed over a freaking orphan who can fight better than you. Like, hello? I want to become a gacha animator one day. Do you have any tips? I'm not a gacha animator. I'm sorry. I only do screenshot stuff. But I tried animating with Live 2D a few years ago. If you've been with me for a while, you'll remember that era. But my only tip is to, I don't know, just focus on finding out what looks wrong with your animations and your rigs, and fixing that using your own creative knowledge. And don't hesitate to explore, because the biggest sorry, I'm stammering, but honestly, genuinely, you learn the most when you allow yourself to make mistakes and explore. So don't hesitate to put out stuff that you're not exactly proud of, as long as you worked on it to the point where that is the most you can do at that time, because you will have improvement as long as you keep pushing your limits. Griffin is 30? Yes, guys! Go read the lore document. It's linked in the first episode. But, Griffin is almost 30. He's actually 28, but he's a lot older than Andrew, and so is Bryn. Bryn is 29. Or, she was 29. Spoiler alert! Bryn went bye-bye! And I thought he was 25 years old. Well, that's not too far off. Real screenshots on top. Wise advice, thank you, Wiz. The bodyguard in the episode was as good as Trump's. That's an interesting comparison of you to make. But I mean, he did get his job done in the end. Okay, let's keep looking at the questions from Discord. If you guys have anything you want to ask, by the way, feel free to just ask it in the chat, and I'll get around to it at some point. When will applications be due and released? Applications don't have a due date. You can actually apply anytime you want. We're always looking for new team members because we are always in need of people to help out. If we want to get the series out as soon as possible, of course. And when will the results be released? I will actually be looking through the first batch of applications tomorrow. So if you want to join the team, be sure to send in an application today. How did you get the idea to make 4 Isles? Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay. So, I honestly don't remember at this point. It's been way too long. I guess I just wanted to make a story that commentates on modern social issues, and I didn't want to comment on anything too, too controversial, so I just went with something that almost everyone can agree with, which is classism. And you'll see that the 4 Isles focuses a lot on how the different classes and social positions interact, and I hope that's interesting to you guys, because it was very interesting for me to write. Oh, and also, it's a very sci-fi based story, because my favorite genre, if you didn't know, is sci-fi, and I just really wanted to incorporate a bit of that into it. Let's see. How long did it take to create all the characters and their backstories? Now, you might think I would say 2 years, but that's not true. This actually encompasses Influencer Island too, because I had referenced a lot of this work I had done on Influencer Island when creating the 4 Isles characters. So, I guess it took me 4 years to do that. Man, 4 years. You can graduate high school in that time. I mean, I did, personally. But that's besides the point. Let's take a look at chat. I don't want to be ignoring you guys as I ramble. Okay. Griffin in his high school bullying phase, honestly. Yeah, he never even got to go to high school, so he... he's just eternally a mean boy. Will there be any couples introduced into the series? No comment, that's a spoiler. Was it a dream? Was what a dream? Like, the first episode? No, it wasn't a dream. Hi Wiz, how did you get the idea to make the specific characters? I mean, you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. If there's a specific character you have in mind, I can answer this question, but it would take a very long time for me to go through every single character. What do people, what is required for people to join the team? I'm curious and interested. So, we're actually looking for a variety of positions, people with all different kinds of talents. You could be an artist, an animator, a rigger, a music composer, an audio engineer, a writer, honestly anything. If there's something that you think you can contribute to the team, then definitely go ahead and try it, because you never know, we might just find a position for you, and I am more than willing to accommodate if there's a good fit that I see. Something else that's Light asked was, what are the celebrities' jobs? So I'm gonna take this question to mean what characters have certain positions in the 4 Isles. So the main cast that you saw in episode 1, they're a gang. They're a gang that goes around robbing various locations in this city called 𝗙𝗏𝗁, which is basically a factory town, and it's very rundown. Bryn is the leader, of course. Griffin is basically her second in command, and Andrew, or Vincent as he goes by in the gang, is the newest member to the gang. As for Eleanor, she's the Queen of the Isles. And the bodyguard is the bodyguard. I guess that's all that the question is asking. Do you voice any characters in the first episode? I actually do voice some characters in the first episode. I voiced the policeman, and I also voice one of the gang members who gets beaten up by Andrew. So if you want to find those lines, they shouldn't be too hard to find because my voice is pretty distinct. You can hear I have like this little whiny sound, and if you just listen to which character sounds the whiniest, you can probably pick out me. What was more difficult to do in all of it? Tweening or script writing or anything? It's definitely the editing. Like, editing is my bane. I could write scripts all day. Freaking script writing, storytelling, that is my jam. But editing, I do not have the skill set for that. I'm just grateful it turned out as good as it did. Or not even good. Acceptable. Are there any spoilers you can give since I'm new to the series? Spoilers, Okay, well, I guess the only spoiler I will be giving is... Actually, I'm turning the question around on you guys. I will give you one spoiler. And you guys get to decide in what category it is, what kind of realm it is. Tell me what kind of spoilers you guys want to hear, and I will pick one that does not spoil the overarching story too much. Let's see. No, Barry, you should go ahead and do it. You'll never know if you don't try. How hard was it making the series? Very hard. How many seasons of 4 Isles will there be? There will be 1 season, and there will be 4 episodes in total. One question asks, why does everyone hate Vince? Is it because he's a kid? No. Actually, everyone hates Vince because living on Vulcan is freaking miserable, and they all want someone to take it out on. So they wouldn't have, picked on Vincent, aka Andrew, unless somebody started picking on him first, and they just followed his lead. And that someone was Griffin. So Griffin, he has a reason to pick on Andrew, and that's because he's jealous of the life that Andrew got. You'll learn more about why he's jealous in his character story, but basically it comes down to him seeing his younger self in Andrew and feeling bitter because he had a more difficult upbringing than Andrew did. He feels like Andrew gets off too easily with things, especially with Bryn, and he never had that as a child. So he's just a jealous person. And all the other gang members just follow him because, you know, he's popular. You do not have a whiny sound. Yes, I do, Magic M. What do you mean? Now, why didn't you tell me this was happening? Honestly, I just decided to do it today. I cannot accept this with self. Hey, you voiced my son Emery, so therefore you are perfect. Man, I appreciate that. Just for that, I will do an Emery line for you. What kind of line? Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Behold! My latest trick. Wait, I don't know the line, actually. I'm sorry, I tried. Any spoilers will do? Okay. Oh, I gotta read the lore. Hi, kitty. Any spoilers? Okay, I guess one spoiler that I will say is that I voice another character named Cyrus in the 4 Isles, and he is going to have a pretty big role later on. I think it was sweet how nice Bryn was until she was like, you traitor. You do not have a whiny sound. When I get you, Wiz Gaming XD, I do have a whiny sound. But I'm okay with it, honestly. I've grown to like my voice. I used to have, vocal dysphoria. And then I realized, hey, I have a pretty unique sound, and I'm good with that. Yeah, speaking of Bryn, I do want to talk about her, because I feel like a lot of people are going to misunderstand her character. So she never had any ill will towards Andrew until he betrayed her. And even then, she was more hurt than angry and bitter. I mean, she was definitely bitter, but she was more hurt than angry. So the whole reason she tried to warn Griffin about running away if Andrew didn't follow through with the plan was that, number one, Griffin is like a brother to her. She doesn't want anything to happen to Griffin, so she made the sacrifice. She made the choice to tell him that it was okay to run away in case Andrew started becoming a, what is it called? A hindrance. Like, if he wasn't going to pull his weight, then they were going to get out of there because that was going to be dangerous. The heist was going to be dangerous. Trying to mug the queen was going to be dangerous. So, it wasn't necessarily like she made the wrong call. You're so underrated. You're my favorite voice actor, and I love hearing your voice. Aw, thank you guys. I feel like this whole stream has just been me saying thank you guys, but honestly, I truly do appreciate you guys for being here. Wiz, why is translating songs so hard? Because it's translation. That's why, that's the answer. Someone else asked, is the Four Isles connected to Influencer Island? I noticed that Vince, aka Andrew, in the Four Isles looks similar to Andrew from Influencer Island. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. Four Isles is a reboot of Influencer Island, and it uses the same characters with similar personalities. The only thing is that Influencer Island is no longer canon, so just disregard that. If you want a sense of character personalities, go back and watch it, but don't reference the story of Influencer Island for Four Isles, if that makes sense. Another question they asked was, who was the man in the closet when Vince got locked up? And to that, I will say, go read Andrew's character backstory. It's also linked in the description of, or no. It's linked in my latest community post. So if you scroll down, you'll see an art piece, and it says, "You always preach about being a happy family. Shouldn't we do something together?" And you'll find an archive of our own link. And if you click on it, you can read Andrew's backstory, and it basically tells what happened before he joined the gang. Just to give you a summary, or like a synopsis. He was adopted by an abusive father, because he was an orphan, right? So he was adopted by an abusive man who forced him to act like his son, to act like his biological son. So Andrew went through a heck of an identity crisis. Like, this man, that is actually the reason he starts going by Vincent in the gang. It's because he's so not used to being called his same name. He's so not used to being called his same name that he finds it uncomfortable to be himself. So he has to, like, project an image. The image of what other people want him to be like, which is Vincent. When will episode 2 be out? Episode 2 will likely be out around November or December, so keep your eyes out. I'm ready to watch all your vids after this. Yeah, you should go do it. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment and I will be sure to heart them. I think your voice sounds very charismatic, which is good. Oh, thank you. I would hope so, considering I do voice acting. Poor Andrew or Vince. Yeah, I felt so bad when Griffin locked Andrew in the closet. Man, I did too. Animating that scene made my heart break. Like, that man cannot catch a break. And he doesn't catch a break for the rest of the series either, until the very end. Fluffy SLH, you should totally read it. Yeah, you should, because Fluffy's the one who wrote it, and it's super good. No, if it was 2025 June, you guys could beat me up. I will drop my location, we will meet out back, and you can go... You can pull a Vincent on me, you can pull an Andrew on me. It's not going to be in 2025 June, I promise. Unless it is. If it is, no, I'm kidding. I'm not even going there. It's not going to be in 2025 June. Okay. Now let's look at the Q&As from my Instagram story. Let's take a look at my archive. If you guys hear my voice getting scratchier and gravelier, that's because I don't have water near me. So I'm doing this completely water-free. Alright. Someone asked, why was Andrew's name changed? So, Andrew's name wasn't changed. His name actually is still Andrew, his real name. But, his adoptive father, who was abusive, forced him to go by the name Frank, because Frank was the name of that man's biological son. So Andrew went by Frank for many years, and then afterwards, in the gang, he was like, oh shoot, do I tell them my real name? Or do I tell them my fake name, Frank? And then he was just like, I might as well just come up with something. I want to fit in, right? So I'm gonna go with Vincent. So he tells them that his name is Vincent, and that's what he goes by in the gang. But it's not his real name. What apps did you use to animate the series? So obviously Gacha Club, Gacha Life 2, Sony Vegas, and also CapCut, because you'll see that in some of the scenes there's minor lighting effects, and that's where they came from, CapCut. Why up and kill Bryn like that? Character development. Also, it's very ironic. When you read Bryn's backstory, you'll realize it's super ironic. And conveniently, the next question is Bryn backstory when? And Bryn backstory, probably in half a month to a month. It really depends. We'll have to see. Let's see. I think when I make backstories, it just repeats over and over. You have great talent. Man, thank you very much. But the only thing I'm responsible for the backstories are providing the plot. I just send a plot summary to one of the writers. And the writers, like 𝗙𝗲𝗁𝗙𝗂𝗂𝗍, aka Sav, they do all the heavy lifting. They're super great, and you should definitely check them out. Do the best emo voice you can ever do. Alright, what kind of emo? I can't talk, but like, is this emo enough for you? It's just me with dry throat. What the heck? Yeah, dude. Like, this is not emo, but like, kind of Cali. Whatever. My kitten is watching stream. He says hello. Hello, kitty's kitty. Wait, who's the strongest in the gang? That's actually a good question. I'm glad you asked that. So Andrew originally didn't know how to fight, but Bryn taught him everything that she knew. And he is very, very good at picking new skills up. So he got really good, but he's still not good. He's still not as good as Bryn, but he's the second best fighter in the gang. As for the weakest fighter in the gang, it's probably Griffin. Griffin is all bark, no bite, because he's just not inclined to fighting. He's actually a bit of a coward, and you'll see that in his backstory too. Magic said see Influencer Island as an AU of 4 Isles, guys. That's so real, the way you put that. Hugs for Andrew. Drink lots of water when you feel like it. I actually feel like it right now. Give me a second. I'm getting water. Alright, got water! Let me do a quick ASMR. ASMR. Water guzzling. Should I voice this soda commercial? Rip our Queen Bryn. Oh man, for real, rip our Queen Bryn. Fly high, Bryn. What's her last name again? I forgot her last name. Hold on. This is why we have a lore document, guys. Lore master doc. Let's take a look at Bryn's last name. Bryn Toth. Her last name is Toth. So fly high, Bryn Toth. We gather here today in silence for you. Bro became corpse husband. Batman. Get out. Man, what happened to you guys asked for the emo voice. Imagine it comes out in 2026. Ugh. The series will be done by 2026. I graduate college by 2026. I promise it'll be done. Is the whole story already written? Yeah, it's already written. You can rest assured that this series is going to be finished. It's not going to be canceled like Influencer Island, because I have all of the scripts done already, and I have all of the voice lines done too. So all that needs to happen is the editing. Wiz, do a child impression. Alright, what kind of line should I say?
What kind of line should I say? So I guess if I like Just talk like this. It's kind of a child voice. I'm not really that good at it. My typecast used to be children, actually, back in 2019. But then I realized it sounds very, very fake. So I just stopped doing it altogether. And also, it kind of hurts my throat.
Can you do a death metal scream? I can't do a death metal scream, and if I tried, I would rip my vocal cords. Like, that's the kind of sound you need for death metal, and I just can't. I can't pull it off. Dang, that actually sounds good. Teach me how you do that, the child voice. I appreciate that you guys think it sounds good. Basically, I just make my voice higher. I go into a mixed range, and I talk differently. I talk like a child would, almost like you're unsure and wide-eyed. OMG, the child voice. I don't think you'll ever hear it in a professional setting, but thanks for giving me the chance. I discovered you from 𝗙𝗲𝘁𝗿𝗶𝗏𝗺 spirit animal bloopers. Yeah, that was the first place I ever used my child voice, and it was so bad. I was so embarrassed. Looking back on it, I really thought I did something. I thought I ate. I thought I served. But the only thing that I served was a big L. What apps and device did you use to animate the series? Oh, I already answered this question. I saw your Instagram thing, but I used my computer, Gacha Life 2, Gacha Club, CapCut, and also Sony Vegas. So those are the programs if you want to replicate my editing style. Wait, Wiz, you were in Spirit Animals? Yeah, I was. I was a little kid. I got beaten up, and then I was like,
Thank you for saving me.
yeah. Do you voice someone in the Music Freaks? Who was it? I do voice someone in the Music Freaks. I voiced Dominic. He's the twin that loves squirrels. He likes squirrels. He's like, You're right. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that. Just wait, I'm gonna become a Cappy fanatic after this. Something like that. But he's just super excited, and he's very, very upbeat, and he's just the kind of typecast I usually voice. So I was very happy when Rosie asked me to voice that character. I discovered you from RFA as Kai. Kai is like one of my favorite characters to ever voice. He's so sassy. I just get to be mean. I get to gossip. He's like, oh my gosh. He's so obsessed with Rosabella's love life, and for what? Man, you really need to stop being a weirdo. Your avatar is so awesome. Thank you. It was drawn by Deity. This is giving me war flashbacks. Are you the voice actor of Dominic the Music Freaks? Yeah, I am. The only thing I like about my voice is that I can do a grandpa voice. You know what? A grandpa voice is a very good voice to do, and you should be proud. Speaking of grandpa voices, I think I can do one too. How do you do a grandpa voice? You little child. You child. You don't know anything about... Okay, I just sound constipated, man. Hold on, give me a second. I promise I can do this. The line that I will be saying is, you don't know anything about the real Gacha community. Back in my day, we had Gacha Alpha baddies. You don't know anything about Gacha life. Back in my day, we had Gacha Alpha baddies. So bad. The viewer count just dropped by 10. I scared people away. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Please. Help. I found you through Daybreak, and I realized I knew you from literally every Gacha series and never noticed. Yeah, I was pretty active back in the day. Not so much now, because I just don't have the time, but I still try to be active where I can. Do you guys still remember Celebrity High before Unbounded? Clash! Oh my gosh, Clash. That is my favorite series that I ever voiced in. I got to voice a psycho killer Sawyer, and I got to do an evil laugh. Okay, that was really bad, but my voice is fried, so don't expect too much. Can you try a female voice, Wiz? That's like the one voice I will not be doing. I can't. The child voice is about as high as I can go.
If I try to talk about it, if if I try to talk in my falsetto, it's more...
I don't have a stable falsetto, so I can't. Giving war flashbacks, love for Dominic. That's real. Alright, I plan for this stream to be pretty short, and it's already going past the 45-minute mark, if I'm correct about that. At this point, I think we've gotten through all of the 4 Isles questions, so I will open the floor to any other questions you guys might have, and after that, I will be ending the stream to see you guys another time. Your voice really fits with Dominic. Great job. Thank you. Is 4 Isles the hardest gacha story you've ever created? Yeah, it is. It took a pretty long time to script, and the lore is pretty extensive. Why are you retracting your messages, man? But the lore is pretty extensive, and even if the series doesn't show everything properly, I will make sure to make the resources accessible. Cool, thank you so much, Wiz. Of course. Why do you keep retracting your messages, guys? What's going on? Do you plan to become a director in the future? Oh man, maybe in a different lifetime, but I'm actually into medicine and healthcare. As crazy as that might sound. So, likely will not be a director in the future. No more questions, but thank you for finishing the Emery interaction lines. My life is yours. Of course. Wait, the Emery interaction lines came out already? I had no idea. Those were recorded with his cosmetic lines. So I didn't even know that. Thank you for telling me. Off topic, but do you have any pets? If so, what kind? I used to have parakeets. I think honestly 6 years ago at this point. So I had pets. I no longer have pets. What if you and the Peach God collaborated together by voice acting Dominic and Jake? Dude, I would be so down. If he hits me up, I would collab at the drop of a hat, but I don't have any communications with him because the way that Rosie does her directing is through DMs, so we don't even have a server. All my questions are answered, thanks. It's the first time they were answered in stream. Thank you so much. Of course, you and Rosie Closey are my favorite gacha tubers. I am very honored that you were lumping me together with Rosie Closey. But I don't know how she would feel being lumped with me. I'm just some wannabe trying to tell a story on the internet. Faye and Xander would definitely not get along in the music grease. No, they would not. Faye would be like, oh my gosh, Xander, check out my gachagram! And Xander would be like, excuse me? Get away from me. That is so not demure, so not mindful, so not cutesy. Wiz, I thought you would look into the drama industry or something. Well, I am. I'm gonna be a voice actor. I'm gonna keep voice acting. That is something I love. But it won't be my main job. It'll be like a side hustle, if you know what I mean. Back, what did I miss? You missed nothing. So, Anthony and Gerald, my gacha OCs. I don't even watch gacha content anymore, except for you and my friends. That's very valid. That's a very valid take. Xander has a fear of spiders. I have to go. Bye. Oh, bye, Kathy. Thanks for dropping by. Xander would be scared for Faye. Alright, I think that about wraps it up. Any last minute questions before I stop the stream? Quick, guys, speed run. Quick fire, hot seat, sassy seat, if you guys remember that from Socratic seminars. 50-something minutes. To me, you are very brave to show your story. If I ever get to make a show and I get one bad comment, I would melt. Man, who says I don't melt? I'm kidding, though. I guess the main thing is that when somebody leaves a hate comment, there are two kinds of hate comments. One of them is not actually a hate comment, it's critique. And critique is always good to keep in mind. It tells you the direction that you should be taking with your story. And the second kind is a hate comment. A true hate comment, where they want to bash you. And in that case, just ignore them, because they don't have anything meaningful to offer to you. they're not even there for your story. And I doubt they even care about your story. They're just a negative person that wants to beat someone up, beat someone down. So the best thing to do is to leave them be. Wiz, is it okay to get the Gacha OC voice claims to any Gacha voice acted series? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm gonna say yes. When the 4 Isles finishes, would you start another series or would you move on to something else? I'm probably not gonna be making another series after 4 Isles just because I don't have the time, but, I don't know. The future is uncertain. Yeah, it is just one hate comment versus 1,000 positive comments. Very true. It's good to look at things in perspective. Hello, to the person, Loon, you're in chat. Do you still want to hear the Out for Love cover? I will do an impromptu Out for Love cover just for you before I end the stream, if you're still here, that is. Loon, is Loon in the chat? NPC person, hello! Honestly, Gacha nowadays is boring. Creativity is gone. Man. I think in some spheres that's true, but if you look at, what is it called? If you look at 𝗙𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗺 or 𝗙𝗂𝘁𝗃𝗍 or 𝗙𝗂𝘁𝗃, just to name a few, or even 𝗙𝗂𝘁𝗂𝗃𝗍, because, you know, yeah. Then you'll find a little bit of creativity. Loon evaporated? That's real. Did you see Murder Drones? Is the new episode out? I didn't know that. Murder Drones. You guys are what keeps me informed. What? The new episode came out 2 hours ago? I know what I'm watching after this. Do you think you're gonna make other Influencer Island episodes? No, Influencer Island is over, because it's been rebranded into 4 Isles, so it probably will not happen. Siege YT also, that's true. Watch AMR, guys. And also same DNA. Honestly, I just use Gacha for storytelling because I have 0 time to anime. People like 𝗙𝗂𝘁𝗃𝗍 and 𝗙𝗂𝗶𝗶𝗺 are such great examples. Yep, they're so cool. Especially 𝗙𝗂𝘁𝗃𝗍, my epic, awesome director buddy pal, who also animated the fight scene in the 4 Isles episode 1. I'm very happy for you to be a part of the Gacha community. Oh, thank you! I'm happy to be a part of it too. Alright, since Loon does not seem to be in chat, I guess that Out for Love cover will not be happening. Maybe next time. I'll eventually be doing a karaoke stream, once my schedule clears up a bit, but that is all. Thank you so much for joining this stream, everyone. I hope you had your 4 Isles questions answered, and it was very fun getting to interact with everyone. I think I saw somebody's question being like, how much do you like your fans? And genuinely, y'all are so cool. Y'all are cooler. Y'all are freaking the coolest. And I appreciate your support, and I appreciate your interactions. Half of what makes this series so fun to make is seeing how people react to it. So whenever people comment or whenever they make like fan work and stuff, it just causes me to melt. Like I just melt out of affection and gratefulness and motivation. Voice actors in the Gacha community are cool too. They inspired me to try voice acting. Yeah, I'm glad. But that is all. Thank you again for joining the stream, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!